What if I told you the secret to really delicious food isn't just about salt or sugar or fat? Today, we're going to unlock a hidden taste, one that scientists have been trying to figure out for more than 100 years.
Yeah, think about it for a second. That perfectly seared steak, right? Or a really rich tomato sauce. That sharp aged Parmesan cheese. They've all got something extra, something more than just salty or sweet. It's that deep, savory, satisfying flavor that just makes you want another bite. And guess what? That's not an accident. It's pure science.
And that is the secret we're digging into today. It's called umami, and it's the real reason so many of our favorite foods are just completely irresistible. That's right. For the longest time, we all learned about just 4 basic tastes, but now science officially recognizes umami as the 5th. And honestly, for a lot of people, it's still the most mysterious one.
So the word itself comes from Japan. It's umami. It basically translates to pleasant, savory taste. But that doesn't really do it justice, does it? It's more than that. It's this specific, mouth-watering flavor that just seems to coat your whole mouth and linger. It gives food that feeling of richness and depth. So, okay, what is actually happening on a chemical level? Well, it all boils down to a few key molecules. The main one, the star of the show, is L-glutamate. That's an amino acid, a building block of protein. But then you've got its partners in crime, inositol or IMP, and guanylate or GMP. Now, glutamate is great on its own, but when it teams up with those other two, that's when the real magic happens. And get this, your tongue is literally built for this stuff. You have these specialized receptors, T1R1 and T1R3, that are basically the locks, just waiting for the umami key. When that glutamate molecule fits in, boom, they fire off a signal straight to your brain that says, hey, this is delicious. But it's more than just taste, it's an ancient survival signal, telling our bodies, we found protein, this is good for us. Okay, but here's where we really get into the secret sauce of flavor. It's not just about finding one ingredient with umami. Nope, the real trick is combining them. And this is what we call the science of synergy. And this is where things get really wild. Umami synergy isn't just simple math, like 1 + 1 = 2. It's more like multiplication. When you combine different umami sources, the flavor doesn't just double, it explodes. We're talking up to 10 times more intense. It's a total flavor bomb. And what's so cool is that cuisines all over the world figured this out centuries ago, probably without even knowing the science behind it. I mean, think about it. A classic pasta dish, right? You've got tomatoes, which are packed with glutamate, and then you add Parmesan cheese, which has other umami compounds. Bam, synergy. Or in Japan, the base of so many soups is dashi broth. That's made from seaweed for the glutamate and dried fish flakes for the inositol. Together, they create a flavor that is so much richer and deeper than either one could ever be on its own. So you see, umami isn't just another taste, it's a whole sensory experience. It actually changes the mouthfeel of food. You know how it feels in your mouth? It makes things feel richer, fuller, more complete. And it literally makes your mouth water. That's a real physiological response, and it just enhances every single bite you take. Okay, so now that we've got the science down, what it is and how it works, the big question is, how can we actually use this? Well, let's open up your umami toolkit and look at some practical ways to bring this into your own kitchen. All right, here are 5 super practical, science-backed ways to boost the flavor in your dishes. Number 1, just start using more umami-rich ingredients on purpose. Number 2, brown your food. You know that amazing crust you get when you sear a steak? That's called the Maillard reaction. It's a chemical process that creates hundreds of new flavor compounds, and it seriously deepens the umami. Third, get into fermented and aged foods. Fourth, remember those synergy pairs we just talked about? Start making them. And finally, number 5, cook low and slow. That gives time for proteins to break down and release all that delicious free glutamate. And this brings us to, the elephant in the room, MSG. For decades, this stuff got such a bad rap. But here's the simple science, okay? Monosodium glutamate. It's just the salt form of the exact same glutamate molecule you find in a tomato or a piece of cheese. Your body literally cannot tell the difference between them. Decades of scientific research have proven it's perfectly safe. That whole idea of Chinese restaurant syndrome, it's been totally debunked. It's a myth with zero scientific basis. So whether you get your glutamate from a tomato or from a shaker, the deliciousness is absolutely real.
So why does all this matter? I mean, why is it so important to understand umami? Well, it goes way beyond just making a tastier burger.
This stuff has real-world implications for our health and the way we eat.
Honestly, understanding umami is like having a secret superpower in the kitchen, for real. You can cut way back on salt without sacrificing flavor because umami brings its own kind of deep satisfaction. It can help you feel fuller, adding all this richness without having to add a ton of extra fat. And for anyone doing plant-based cooking, oh, it is a total game changer. It gives vegetables that savory, almost meaty quality. It's basically a natural tool for making healthier food something you actually crave.
So the next time you take a bite of something and it's so unbelievably delicious, so deeply savory that you just have to pause for a second, now you'll know exactly what's going on. You'll know the secret isn't just salt or fat or sugar. It's the fifth taste. It's the powerful, amazing science of umami. So now you know the secret. The only question is, what are you going to cook with it?